Hi everybody, this is a new experience for us. We're going to personalize the questions you ask on the website, and I really try to stay involved with the website very much. That's why we're going to answer these questions this way. So let me know afterwards what you think about it.
Okay, Tiesto, let's start. First, we got a lot of responses on this question. Where are you going to perform in 2004?
In 2004 I'm going to perform first in Australia, of course, New Year's Eve, and I'm very looking forward to that. Then I take a 3-week holiday. Then in February I'm going to be in South America. In March and April I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. And then in May mainly Europe, and then in June I go to America, and in July I tour around Europe as well. So.
Okay, what new releases are you planning?
I'm working on a lot of new releases at the moment. I'm still working on my album, and I hope to finish it off in February. And I'm also going to be producing a lot of music in March and April, I think, for the summer. So I don't know what I'm going to release next, but I have plenty of new albums almost ready. So.
The next question was asked many times also. Is there going to be another Tiesto in concert? If yes, where?
Yes, there's going to be a new Tiesto in concert. I can't exactly tell you yet when or where. But last year was for me one of my best experiences in my life, and I really liked the stadium, the Gallery, because it's big, but it's still still small. So I wouldn't go to the Amsterdam Arena or anything. So I think it's going to be the Gallery if you get a license, and I think it's going to be somewhere at the end of May, but it's not sure yet, so don't hold me on that one.
Okay, a couple of people asked, Gatecrasher NEC, what happened and what about bad equipment?
Yeah, the Gatecrasher NEC experience was quite rough for me, because when I started playing, the equipment wasn't right plugged in. So the sound was really bad at the beginning, and then the turntable didn't work, and my 2 CD players didn't work either. And it took half an hour before it started to work, and then I only had 1 CD player and 1 turntable. So I didn't even have 2 turntables when I was playing. So I was a bit focusing on to keep everything going. So I was a bit pissed off, but I mean the recs I played were good, and I think everybody had a great time that night. And yeah, it was just a shame because I was really looking forward to it. And also I played that same night I played in Ireland as well, in the beginning of the evening. And my plane was delayed for 2 hours to get to the NEC. So I was supposed to play at 11, but I only arrived at 1:30 at the venue, so I only had half an hour to get on stage again. So it was altogether one of those nights that everything went wrong, but you know, shit happens.
Okay. The next question is by Transcender, Nature Sprite and DannyBoy01. What are you going to do now you've reached the top again?
Well, I still keep continuing what I always did. Just play a lot of gigs and enjoy the good things in life. I mean, I'm really happy at the moment with everything, with my sound I play and with my productions. And that's the most important thing for me. I can only do what I feel, so what I really enjoy, and that's being a DJ and make records.
Next question is by Maria111 and DJ Dingo. Fairlight Destruction, is it yours or not?
Yeah, I don't know how people come up with that name, because Fairlight Destruction is not the name of the track, I think. And it's not from me. It's a secret weapon, so we won't tell anybody yet what it is. But I'm the only one who has it. So. Yeah, just enjoy it, and I think it's going to be released in the summer.
Okay. Dan and Mika are asking, what about the foreign party?
Yeah, the foreign party, I really want to do that. So I think of a venue for next year, and maybe on a Sunday afternoon, somewhere in Amsterdam, we're going to do a foreign party. And yeah, I'm still working on that. So after January, I can tell you more about that.
Wendy asks, tell us something about your Tiesto in concert experience.
Well, I've already told a lot about it, but yeah, for me that was the best night of my life. I mean, to be in that position that you just play in a stadium for 25,000 people who are just coming from me. That was just something I always dreamed of, and I never expected that it could happen. And yeah, it was the best night of my life. And yeah, so many highlights on that night, and yeah, it's really the best night of my life.
AJ Hobbs asks, hey Thijs, have you ever thought of remixing old records?
Well, I haven't really thought about it. At the moment I'm not really into remixing, because I did so many remixes in the past that I'm really more focusing on my own productions. I mean, that's for me the most important thing now, just to make new music, and I stopped remixing for a while. I mean, yeah, it doesn't give me the same fulfillment anymore as it used to do. So, but maybe when there's a special mix or track, I still would remix it, but yeah, I'm more into making my own music.
DeWitt, my question is, how did you get to know and remix the Dave Matthews Band, since it's not that popular in Holland?
Yeah, they're huge in the US, and in Holland nobody knows the Dave Matthews Band. And well, the manager of Dave Matthews, he called me because he wanted to make the band more popular in Europe. So he asked me to remix the track, The Space Between. And I really liked the track, so that's why I did it. And yeah, Dave afterwards told me that he really liked the track as well, so it was quite a big honor.
Okay. Matthijs has two questions about Invited. The first one is, what is the main reason for stopping with this concept? And the second, will there be a follow-up concept, and if so, what are you thinking about it?
Yeah, the invited parties. I'm really happy with the things, how they go. I mean, the atmosphere on the night is amazing. It's like an intimate club gig, and I can play some different kind of tracks, and we're really going to continue with it. So we're not going to stop it, but the only thing is that there's a lack of time at the moment, because like in January I'll be going for a month, in February I'll be in South America, and in March and April I have to prepare a lot of stuff for the summer, so make new tracks, work on the Tiesto in concert, the new one. So there's just not any time to do a new invited party, but I think maybe just before the summer or after the summer we start again with those parties, because I really like them. Even the one in Montreal I did was a great experience as well. So maybe I'm going to do it more often around the world as well.
All over the world.
All over the world.
DJ Dingo has three questions. I'm going to start with the first one. What do you think will be the future of trance and the styles in its genre? Do you think it will ever go back to the days of 98, 99, or do you think trance will change style a bit and get a new twist to it?
I think trance music in general has always been there and will always be there. And I think in 1998 you have this really big Euro trance riffs which were really popular. And that was just another step out of trance, but I think in general trance has so much to offer. Much more than a lot of DJs play nowadays. So, because before 1998, people like Sasha, Oakenfold, Digweed, they were playing trance as well, but just in a different style. And I think what I try to do with my sound at the moment is to combine the different styles of trance music in one set. So it's not just only the big Euro riffs, but I also try to bring some other kinds of music in my sets, because that's how I feel I want to play now, and I really enjoy that. So I think in the future, that's the future of trance music, that you combine the different styles and to make it one nice journey.
I was wondering what you do when you have a day off or two. What you want? Do you go to clubs or any pubs to chill out?
Yeah, well, definitely. I'm a bit of a party animal, so when I have the night off, I definitely, almost every night I go out, because I just like to be around people and like to hear different music and visit new clubs. So, but I always go to different things. Also like to shows or to the theater or a comedy show. So, yeah, I just love going out. I think, yeah.
Which DJ doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
How often do you work at the Magic Store? The main question.
Yeah, well, I started off with the Magic Store in 1998, I think it was. Yeah, already, or 1999. And the purpose was that I was going to work there, but because it became so busy, I didn't have time to work there, but I'm there quite a lot of time. You know, like 2-3 times a week to listen to my new records, and you know, I never know when I'm there, but on the average week I'm there 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay, AY Star asks, my question to you is, do you plan to take like 6 months or a year off from DJing to maybe work more with your label? Like do a lot of remixes and do some A&R to find some artists and work with them?
Well, I think I can combine that, because I think when you DJ, you meet a lot of people and a lot of new DJs and artists, and you get a lot of CDRs from people. So yeah, and if I stop for a year, I couldn't live stopping with a year of DJing. I really need to DJ almost every week. I mean, if I take 2 or 3 weeks off, like I do in January, like in the beginning of February, I need to get back on stage, because I'm just addicted to DJing and to share the music with people.
Chill behind the decks.
Yeah.
Monty Lady asks, what do you think to crash your finishing and only doing a few events? Do you think it's slowly becoming the end of the big trance events in the UK?
Well, I don't know exactly. I don't know the reason why they stopped, but I think in general in the UK there was just too much going on, and people they're not going to K-Crusher every week anymore, because people are more educated now with the music, and I think they really want to see quality and not quantity. So I think it's better that K-Crusher does a couple of events a year, which are absolutely fabulous, than to keep going every week or every 2 weeks, and then most of the time it's crap. So I think it's good. It's good for the music.
Okay. Red Star asks, hi Tiesto, after a great year, what do you think was A, the best tune of the year, and B, the best remix?
The best tune of the year? Well, there were many good tunes this year, I think. I mean, I'm really satisfied with my Niana CD, and if I look at that CD, I think Endane was really good this year, and also the Motorcycle from Josh Gabriel. It's a really good track. And also from Leama, Required for a Dream. It's one of my personal favorites of the year, because it's such a timeless track. You know, you can always listen to that. It doesn't sound dated at all. It's just a real trance record. I really enjoy to play out. Okay. And the best remix. Well, if I speak for myself, I think my best remix this year was my remix from Adagio for Strings, because it was, for me, such a special opening for the Tiesto in concert, and if I play the track sometimes I still get goosebumps from the beginning.
Okay. Milch asks, do you ever prefer trance music? Have you ever had a curious fable of music? For example, maybe you were or still are in love with a song from a band making heavy metal. To what kind of music did you listen when you were a teenager?
When I was a teenager, I was listening to all kinds of music, and actually I still do. I like a lot of rock music. I like chill out music, dance music. I mean, for every time of the day you're in a different mood, so you listen to different kinds of music. And so yeah, I like still everything like I used to do.
Okay, Rainbow 2007. I know when you started DJing it wasn't as a career but more as something fun. But once it turned serious, did your family or friends support you, or did they want you to try something else?
No, my mother always supported me when I was DJing, because I took time off from school just to work in a club, and my mother said, well, I don't really agree with it, but I support you whatever you choose. So she said, just follow your heart, and that's what I did. So.
Great support.
Yeah, yeah.
Raven for Good asks, I wanted to ask you what ideas you might be thinking of for your 2004 New Year's resolution. Do you even make New Year's resolutions? Has there ever been a year where you actually accomplished your resolution?
Yeah, I always make resolutions every year, but mostly it's musical targets. And until now, not every resolution I made, but a couple of them I made. And for this year it's going to be to finish off my new album, and to play great gigs and play more and more of my own music in my gigs, and just give the best of myself. That's the main thing, and keep enjoying everything what I do.
Okay. Grin and Lord of Trance ask, when do you find time to sleep? when you're on the road? How do you handle your jet lag?
Yeah, that's sometimes a bit difficult. And when I'm on the road, especially in America, I don't sleep that much. It's only 4 or 5 hours a night because you play till 5, 6 in the morning, and then the plane leaves at 11. So there's always like you have to be there 1.5 hours before the plane leaves. So I have a lot of problems with jet lag, yeah. Especially when I come back. When I go there, it's alright. But if you travel to Asia, it's worse. And the jet lag is pretty bad.
Okay. Kamos77. Why haven't you ever made a track with Dutch vocals in it?
With Dutch vocals, well, to be honest, I don't really like Dutch vocals to use in my tracks. It doesn't really fit well. I mean, I like some Dutch music, but to make a track with Dutch vocals now, and I think people in other countries are like, what the hell is this? So.
Andre Hazes remix.
Yeah, Andre Hazes. But maybe in the future, you never know.
Okay. Adela asks, do you think that due to the amount of fans that grows towards your performance, someday your career could be limited to concerts and less club gigs?
No, I don't think so. Because I think it's cool to do like a big show like Tiesto in concert and then do a small show like Invited for just a small amount of people. And I think it's, for my inspiration, it's really nice to keep it that way. So I always will do small club gigs and big club gigs, and I like the diversity of my sets, and I can play different sets everywhere. So I will definitely keep doing that.
Raven for good again. Do you have any particular or special plans for your upcoming and long overdue vacation in 2004?
What I'm going to do on vacation?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to relax for 3 weeks in Australia. I rented a car and I'm going to drive around the east coast. So that's what I'm going to do.
Chill out.
Chill out.
Kimster, which performance was the most impressive to you?
Tiesto in concert, of course. That was for me the main thing this year. I mean, I had many great performances, but yeah, I mean, of course, that was really special for me. So.
She has 2 more questions. Do you ever get tired of people who are wanting to know everything from you?
No, I mean, I still have a personal, private life, and that's how I keep it. And I mean, yeah. No, I'm not really getting tired of it. I mean, it's part of of being a famous DJ, I think, and I'm really happy with the position I'm in, because I can, in my position, I can take the whole DJ thing further for other DJs in the future. So yeah, it's part of my life, and I'm really happy that I made it so far. So.
And would you like to give a performance with only good old tunes from the past?
Yeah, I would like to do that once. Yeah. So maybe on the forum party next year, then everybody can bring in requests of all tracks, and I'm just going to play the whole night.
We open up a
whatever you guys want.
we open up a forum thread, and everybody can do their own things that they want to ask you.
Yeah.
So you want to play the whole list?
Yeah, so I can play the whole list of all tunes, maybe that night. And yeah, I think it could be good fun, so I'm definitely up for that.
Flirt asks, is it true you once made a remix for the Elvis song Burning Love, or is this just a rumor?
Well, I worked on that track because they wanted me to do the remix, but halfway I felt like, well, Tiesto and Elvis, that's not going to work. So I thought, well, I'm not going to finish off this track. It's not going to be a new Junkie XL track or something, or Paul Oakenfold. So I was like, I couldn't get my own feeling into that track, so that's why I didn't do it.
And Rose asks, how do you like to spend your Christmas the best?
Christmas, well, I'm not really a big Christmas fan, you know. It's, I think your family is important the whole year, so not just at Christmas time. And it's just, yeah, just another day at the office. No, it's just another day, and I mean, I spend enough time with my family, so they don't mind that I'm away with Christmas to Australia.
Mommy Moon and Narks ask, you have a certain flock of friends who try to follow you around the world sometimes and try to catch as much gigs from you as possible. Don't you get awfully bored of having always the same faces in front of you?
No, it feels kind of comfortable as well. I mean, I know a lot of people who come to regularly to my gigs. I recognize the faces, and yeah, I think I really enjoy that. I mean, it's good to have supporters around you who support you that much. I think maybe they get tired of me, maybe, but and there's always plenty of other people around as well, and so no, I'm only flattered that they come. I really appreciate it.
Petla asks, I was just wondering if you have any plans on working with Tom TB. He's a great producer, and I think that you would work well together. Happy Christmas, keep up the good work.
Thank you. No, with Tom TB, well, I don't know if we're going to work together in the future, because like I said, at the moment I just like to work on my own with the people I work with. And but Tom TB is a very good producer and a very good DJ, and I think he can be big next year. And he played me a couple of his new tracks. He has finished for next year, and you will be amazed.
Aatje asks, I was wondering, how do you get a title for your tracks?
The title for my tracks, well, it just comes up to me. Every track has its own story, so yeah, it just depends on which track.
Okay. Adelo asks, I wonder if you have committed to the labor of spreading a message through your music.
Yeah, I spread a message through my music, and that's a positive, happy message. And I mean, I want to give people a good vibe when I play and when I produce tracks. I want them to feel good and to enjoy themselves, because that's the most important thing in life, I think.
D-Cherish, did you compose the violins bits in Magic Journey yourself, or did they come from another piece of music by a classical composer?
Yeah, they came from a classical composer. His name is Geert Huiling. He's a Dutch classical composer, and yeah, I mean, I wish I could play like that, but I can play keyboards, but not that good. And yeah, it's just a beautiful piece, and well, he wrote it for me, and actually at the moment he's writing another piece for me as well. And I mean, we sit together and work on it, but he's the man who can really play the whole orchestra. So he's like a Mozart. So.
Okay, Don Aqua. My question deals with your track list at gigs. I'm sure at every performance you select a few tracks that no matter what, you spin them. But what happens when another DJ spins them before you at a gig?
Yeah, well then it's a bit more difficult for me to spin those tracks. So, but most of the DJs who played before me, they know like, oh, if Tiesto comes, I'm not going to play his tracks. I mean, it's a bit like an unwritten law between DJs. I mean, if I play before Paul van Dyk, I'm not going to play his tracks, because those tracks are his, so he should play them out. And that's why that's what DJs do with me as well. So it never really happens.
Okay. Yeah, this was also a question by Aussie Tiesto. Okay, Miro asked, did you see the material that me, Roos, Katja, Sammy and Edwin filmed for M More, fan of Tiesto? If you did you like it?
Yeah, I saw it, and I really liked the compilation you made of that, so it's really nice to see.
Okay. Frostdude1, do you watch football, soccer? Who's your favorite team? Who do you think will win Euro 2004?
I watch soccer sometimes when Holland is playing, and I support sometimes my local team in Breda, NEC, and but I'm not really serious. I'm not really a big soccer fan. I mean, I love it when Holland plays because the pubs are full and everybody's watching on the screens. So I hope Holland wins, of course.
German Baboon, primarily, where do you get your music that isn't a part of Black Hole Recordings?
Well, I got sent a lot of stuff. Every week I get like 100 records, and a lot of people send me CDRs, MP3s. So I have a lot to go through every week.
Okay. Now a question from Fernie. Hi there. I have recently heard a few interviews with yourself whereby you say you would never play Delirium Silence today, as it's too old and would be deemed as you just playing old stuff again. Then you go on start playing Urban Train, Flight 643 again, which are just old. Isn't this a contradiction?
Well, don't take everything literally what I say. You know, sometimes I say things and which are in a certain context. And I mean, like Delirium, I've been playing that record a couple of hundred times, a couple of thousand times I think, so sometimes I'm like, well, I mean, I'm pretty bored of it, and maybe people are as well, but, and the same is with Flight 643 or Urban Train. I don't play those tracks every week, you know, I just, sometimes I'm like in a certain country, the first time or the second time, and then they really want me to play an old track because that's where they know me from. They know me from my tracks. So, and the silence, maybe I start playing it, maybe I do start playing it again in the future, but for now I'm just like, but if there's like 10 people before me with plays like, please play silence, then I would play silence.
It's what you feel you just play.
Yeah, it's what I always follow my heart when I play music, and sometimes you see guys that make special plays with Flight 643, you know, and then I'm like, okay, I drop it in and
party on.
Yeah, party on.
Cyber Siska, what did you get from Sinterklaas this year? Is it hard to see your friends, Wilfried, Arnie, Dimitri, etc. also as business partners? Well, that's two questions.
Yeah. Well, my friends work with me, and that's very comfortable. You know, I can really trust them, and they really know me, so they know what I want, and we really work together well. And from Sinterklaas, I got from Mommy Moon a very nice chocolate beer, and I really appreciate it a lot. So thank you. And I got, of course, I think from you, yeah, the big letters with from chocolate written Tiesto. So I was really happy with that as well.
You're not getting fat.
Huh?
You're not getting fat.
No, I don't eat it all at once. You want to get me
Okay, American Wild Child asks, I want to know exactly what happened after the end of Tiesto in concert on May the 10th.
What happened afterwards? Well, I was so full adrenaline that night. After the gig, I went home and I couldn't sleep. I was so full of excitement and so happy with the whole night, how it went. And I think on that night I showed also the different styles I'm playing now. So it was not just banging trance or anything else. It was just a good mixture of records. And when I came home, I couldn't sleep. I fell asleep Sunday evening around 10. So I stayed awake the whole day.
Princess asks, what is your all-time favorite record?
My all-time favorite record? Well, it's a bit poor to name just one, because I got many. But I think all tracks from Moby, like Go, is one of my favorites. Yeah, still.
Sven Fred, what got you started?
Sven Fred is also good tracks. I think Cygnus X, the Orange Team, is also one of my favorite tracks. So yeah, I got plenty.
Okay. Martina asks, is it true that the 29th of January is going to be the final edition of Invited?
No, it's not going to be the final edition. We already talked about this, so no, it's not going to be the final.
Okay. Mommy Moon asks, what are, for you personally, the most annoying and, on the other side, the most pleasant things on being a celebrity?
Well, the most annoying thing is sometimes that you just want to go to the grocery and get your on a Monday morning when you're really tired and you don't look really well, and you're going to get your groceries and somebody wants to have a picture with you or an autograph. That's sometimes a bit annoying, but on the other hand, that's also the pleasant thing because you really feel appreciated. And I think what I achieved as a DJ, no other DJ ever achieved before me, so it's I'm really honored with, that people from all different kinds of worlds are seeing me as the DJ from the scene, and I'm in a very privileged position, I think. So most of the time I don't mind, I just enjoy it.
And you get to answer the questions.
Exactly. Yeah. But also it's a good thing is when I go to a restaurant or to a bar and there's a big queue and they see me, they say, you can come in right away and you get free dinners, and that's also a very good thing.
Gerdan asks, my girlfriend and I will get a child in the middle of 2004. What would you say if we would use your pre-name Thijs when it should be a boy for him? Would you mind, or would it be a compliment for you?
Yeah, I think it's a big compliment, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of people who named their child Tiesto, and that's for me that's unbelievable. You know, I just made up that name myself, and to see people wearing that name now, and yeah, I'm really honored. I mean, that's how I want people to remember me. Like if they ask about Tiesto, you know, that happy DJ from the 21st century. Yeah, no, so I'm really honored.
The guy from Breda. Edwin B asks, is there still a place on the globe where you really would like to spin, but for some kind of reason you haven't been there yet? And could you tell me why?
Yeah, well, actually I haven't been to many places in the world yet, because I've been focusing most of the time on Holland and England and North America. So finally I go to South America in February, and I'm really excited for that as well. And yeah, I heard a lot of good stories about that. So.
And how about Asia?
Yeah, Asia. I've never been to Asia on a good tour either, so I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Okay. Another question by Edwin. We all know you as a DJ and producer. Music is your life, but is there something else, a hobby or a sport, for example, in your life that has your interest?
Well, yeah, I like to do other stuff, of course, to lie on the beach, but most of the time I'm just working on with music, because music is my life, and I'm addicted to music. Not only dance music, but I always listen to music in my car and at home, and yeah, it just grew on me. So I like sports as well, you know, to play soccer or to go snowboarding, but it never really happens.
Alex Zinn asks, I was just wondering, man, how do your ears cope with all the loud music?
Yeah, that's a bit difficult sometimes with my ears. I mean, they're still there, but sometimes I hear that the music has been too loud on me, and then I got a little beep in my ears. But I think in general they're still okay, I hope.
Okay, the master. What gets you in the bad mood? What do you dislike? Why haven't you remixed a non-vocal song for so long? Well, let's take the first part. What gets you in a bad mood? What do you dislike?
Well, what gets me in a bad mood is, of course, when the equipment isn't right. So sometimes you go on a gig and you think it's so easy to connect 2 turntables and 2 CD players, but then you know, like in Gatecrasher, it really got me in a reasonable bad mood, because the equipment is shit, and if the equipment is bad, you see all the people there, they expect you to play a good set, and then because of the equipment is bad, you can't play a good set. So that's what's really getting me in a bad mood.
Why haven't you remixed a non-vocal song in so long?
Because I'm not really into remixing at the moment. I just want to focus on my own tracks.
Okay, Paolo asks, do you feel that your schedule for Australia is hectic enough to affect your desired performance? What should we expect in 4 hours you play in Melbourne? Are you going to be hitting us with new stuff, or are you going to try and mixing it up and just going with the flow on that night?
Well, the schedule is not that hectic actually. So when I play in North America or something, I play almost every day, and it's 30 gigs in like 6 weeks time. So in Australia I only do 5 gigs, I think. I do 2 with Christmas. I only do 2 on the same night on New Year's Eve. But no, I don't think it's that hectic. And what can you expect? Well, I think I played 3 hours in Melbourne. I'm not sure, but I thought it was 3 hours. But yeah, I think you're gonna expect some old tunes because it's New Year's Eve. So maybe I play silence. But some old tunes, some new tunes. I just want to make a great party. You know, it's New Year's Eve, so we're gonna have lots of fun.
Yeah. Okay, DJ Ato, American Wild Child, and DJ VD asked, do you and Ferry Korsten still communicate? Is there a Ferry Korsten remix of Niana, and will this ever be released together with your original? Will there be a new Goriella track in the future? So, how about Ferry?
Yeah, well, Ferry is still a good friend of mine, of course. I mean, when we worked together on the Goriella, we were both not so busy. And after that, we just both broke through as a DJ, and so we don't see each other that often anymore, but we're still very good friends. And he didn't do a remix of Niana, so I don't know where the mix comes from, but I really want to hear that then. And a new Goriella, well, maybe, but I think for now we both are busy with our own things. We just moved on, you know. Ferry is more into his own Ferry Korsten sound, and I'm more in the Tiesto sound, and it was a nice collaboration, and we had a great time. And maybe in the future we do something else together, you know. You never know. but we're still very good friends.
Okay.
And also with Paul van Dijk, I'm very good friends. Okay, just for the rumors.
Okay, now for the last very opportune question. I was just wondering the other day when I was driving in my car listening to a live set of yours. Tiesto, goosebumps on my arms and a smile on my face. Christmas is a time of giving, but what do you get? You spend so much of your time giving people something that is irreplaceable, a feeling, a smile. Your music and most recently a show of yours was something which I can never forget. And since this is a season of giving, I found myself wondering what it would be that you would want. This is a question by Phoenix Rising.
Well, yeah, Christmas is about giving, but I get so much back from people the whole year. People sending me letters, they're sending me presents and appreciations, and the forum on the website is great, and I have fans around the world. So I get a lot of back from you guys, so I really appreciate that. So
Okay.
yeah, that keeps me happy.
Thank you very much, the whole forum. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope to see you somewhere next year in the club.
And come back to the forum lot.
Definitely.